Hello everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day today. We got a historical rules event for you. The first map here is Reno's Fall, followed up by our second map, which is Colquitt's Defense. You're seeing an overview of both of those maps right now. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of all the events we cover with no commentary and UI. So with that being said, our teams for today, on the Confederate side, you got the 11th Mississippi, 3rd Kentucky, Hampton's Legion, Hood's Division, 2nd United States Cavalry, Lee's French Legion. You have the 7th Cavalry, 4th Georgia, 14th Louisiana, and the Serpents Brigade. Whereas on the Union side today, we got the Army of Northern Virginia, 20th Georgia, the United European Community Regiments, 13th Georgia, 4th New Jersey, 6th New York, 88th New York, 6th Alabama, Shenandoah Regulars, and 9th Corps. So with that being said, the round just started. They start at the 42-minute mark. Server pop, 290. Union is down 7 players right now. And on top of that, they have no artillery. So it's a 7-man infantry and balance, just fair and square there. So again, they start at the 42-minute mark. No sprinting and bayonets till the 30-minute mark, unless a side hits taking losses. And we'll see if that happens. So with that all being said, let's get the round started. Reno's Fall. I like this map. Over time, I've started to like this map more and more. Maybe it's just because I haven't really watched it as often, but it's a neat little map here. So, point of contention, the map says it's here in the open rocks, but it extends all the way to the stone wall and goes along most of this stone wall. So, most of the time, you'll see teams fighting over the stone wall. Rarely should anybody be trying to fight over the rocks. It's just in the middle of the open field. It's a bad position. CSA will generally loop around this far left side, going up and then trying to flank the Union in the corner, as Union will hold over here, or they will attack directly into the woods and then hit the Union on this side. So it's really more of a outflanking maneuver from the CSA, or out maneuvering rather than going straight at the center. With Streaking going straight up there, you got Gene here from HL. He's our frontline reporter for the CSA side. Very appreciative from his viewpoint. And then on the contrary, we have Rolo from the 13th Georgia, who is the Union frontline reporter today. So very appreciative of both of them, allowing us to see what they're seeing in game. So you do have some CSA starting to move up. The 2nd U.S. Cav kind of pushing up the left side here right now. To their right, we saw HL and HD. Kind of close engagements here with the 80th New York. Kind of going down the right side of the woods, you got Serpents Brigade, Lee's French Legion, 3rd Kentucky, 4th Georgia, 7th Cav. It's just really the rest of the CSA is kind of pushing up this left side, starting to engage with the Union on the left. You got ANV holding very far forward with 4th New Jersey behind, and I saw some USC tags there. 6th New York's holding kind of back in the center. Looks like 13th Georgia's fallen back. And then we have 20th Georgia and 9th Corps on the right side. Looks like they're kind of getting a little aggressive here. Maybe just trying to get on their side as they push forward. So CSA starting to push out to the center side here. It is HD going out there right now. They don't have a flag. They can't respawn. And it looks like they're maybe going for those rocks. HL starting to shift over that way as well. And so it seems CSA's plan is kind of just outflank on both sides. Maybe we have some movement up the center here from 11th Mississippi. Let's see what's going on over here.
HL up to the snake fence.
You can sprint to catch up.
Yeah, scream rocks.
Free per cubby.
Looks like they're just getting out closer, trying to deal damage. I mean, the big thing for CSA is obviously you can't sprint, you can't have bayonets. Bayonets being lesser of the two evils there, but because when you can't sprint at your opponent, it gives them plenty of time to reload, get another shot in. So, from what I've seen, generally the attacking team in this event is very hesitant to really push forward and try to push the enemy back until the 30-minute mark is hit. Great volley think that was 11th Mississippi, but
Copy that.
wiping a good chunk there.
Yeah, coming more forward right, I did walk.
And numbers-wise, CSA outnumbers Union a little bit on this side. It's a little more even over here. I mean, the numbers, especially towards the start of the event, start to increase. So it's a 9-man imbalance, so still about the same, but we're at 300 now.
Ready.
These nuts are no pain. Aim at the knees. Take aim at the knees. At the knees. I'm not
Okay,
kidding.
boys.
To the caps, to the kneecaps.
Southwest, south.
Uh,
Good.
11 Mississippi getting a good volley there. About 3 or 4 went down, though, so it's interesting, right? You could see their bullets all whizzing, and they all were aiming right here. I mean, they killed everybody that was standing right here, but they all aimed in one spot, which is something groups have to learn in general. It's not an easy thing. I mean, for years, this has just been an issue with groups. When everyone's shooting in a volley, everyone aims towards the center of the line. When in reality, if you're on the right side of your line and you're volleying, you got to shoot to the right side of their line. Same thing with the left.
Yeah, sounds good. About face on me, double click mark. 13.
So CSA inching their way forward. It looks like the 13th did join up with these guys, and now they're starting to fall back just because CSA firepower. I mean, it's kind of wild. Like, there hasn't been any charging at all, and we've really only been fighting for 5 minutes, and Union's already down half a morale stage, which I don't know how it happens on a 300-man server like this. You don't see defenders go down that quickly. You really don't. And 11th Mississippi pushing a little further forward here. They have a little bit of a defilade on their right, but they're still definitely visible. Yeah, all those shots whizzed by this one spot. And they killed the guy or two there, but CSA on the far left looks like they're starting to inch forward now.
Love you too.
HL's kind of holding back there for now. HT and Second USA got a really nice defilade over here. I mean, Union can't really see him. Fascinating that Union's holding in the open there.
Make ready.
On his left and right, second.
Take aim.
Ready.
Shoot him in the
Aim.
head.
Aim.
Fire.
Slow, lads.
Ah, they got 3 or 4. I mean, what is this angle?
All in the open. North, northeast.
Doesn't really seem. Oh, they can actually see a good chunk.
Left.
You can actually see a good chunk of those guys, more than what I would have thought. They're not as far down in the defilade, so HL's starting to make their way over on the left side. Form up on the rocks. You do have Union shifting this way. 20th Georgia, trying to get on their side. They have a great area for shots, but obviously CSA can see them well too, and they just lost about half their line there.
Send them to Odin, Joker.
Kind of briefly looking back on this side of the field, CSA is starting to really push their way forward here. I mean, they have some rocks here that they can use as cover. Maybe a little defilade, but not really a whole lot.
Right side, boys. Right oblique. Grim tree. You need to unfix your goal.
Lined up in the open.
And the Union team just kind of getting beaten back on all sides.
Step. Keep going, boys. Keep going. Keep moving. We move it.
80th New York kind of shifting left, going to the center rocks right here. CSA is capping. It's got to be these guys here, my guess. Third Kentucky.
For the rack right now.
Maybe. It's really the only place I see. And the Union wanting to keep that black timer going. Good idea, just stopping that cap. I don't think CSA wanted to cap just because Third Kentucky kind of pulled off there. But that's besides the point.
Left side in for the left side, right side in for the right side.
On n'a pas peur. La vitraille, c'est pas de la merde. On les têtes. Priorité petit
So intense firefight happening in the woods as, again, CSA still continually trying to inch their way forward. CSA could probably push the Union out here if they wanted, even though they can't really sprint.
Yeah, the whole defense.
On the right.
Ooh, do these guys have a flag here?
And then right.
9th Corps and 13th, they don't have a flag, so those guys that are dying, they're respawning at main or with the flag, which SR and 20th are moving down. Maybe they're with the 20th here. Let's see. Yeah, so they're all with the 20th Georgia's flag, which is rolling up back to where they're at. This position out here in the rocks is just pretty bad. It's fine if you want to keep the point cap, but it's just in the middle of a big open field, and that stone wall is much more important. So not like the CSA are threatening, but if CSA pushes up the stone wall, Union's got to be ready to collapse on that spot. And we're almost getting to that 30-minute mark. Union's almost down to engaged right now. CSA almost down to engage, but they're ahead, so they're in a perfectly fine spot right now. HL's starting to kind of go around the far side using the defilade as cover as they approach the Union here. I mean, again, it's with most defensive maps in general. Obviously, if the attacking team breaks through you at one of the positions, it's going to be very hard to kind of react and defend, especially when the attacking team can now get behind your defenses and flank. So HL starting to engage. I think CSA is pushing up behind him as well.
20 yards away.
And this is just kind of funny to watch because they're just all sitting by each other. No bayonets, no charging. I mean, we'll see what they do in about 30 or so seconds, and we'll see if there's any aggression from the CSA on the wood line.
Try to avoid being an interception.
Keep firing, you don't have to see them, just shoot into them.
Jesus, they're at fisting range.
Oh my god.
Keep up the independent fire.
And there you go. Union hits engage about 15 minutes into it.
Hell yeah.
The pace could be a little faster, but obviously when you start at the 42-minute mark and it's a slower match to the start.
5 seconds,
There you go.
boys. Fix bayonets!
So yeah, they can fix bayonets now. We'll see if they push forward on the right. Well, I want to see if they charge on the left side, but
Shifting right.
when you start at the 42-minute mark, and it takes a minute or two to kind of get ready, CSA knocked the Union down in 10 or so minutes, so their pace is good.
Hit them hard, they're in the corn, hit them hard.
And CSA just starting to roll over the Union here, who's not really responding that well.
Here comes one, get that boy, get that boy, get that boy, yeah! Here comes another one, look at it.
I mean, Union trying to go around and hit CSA guys from behind, but
On the corner.
Right here, 20th, hold here.
And you do Odin. You're gonna be sent to Odin too.
Left, 20th.
Second cab, up and over.
Odin.
Get in there, boys. That's it.
and CSA charging into the Union guys here. Alright, CSA still not really charging on the right side, but it looks like CSA is going to claim the left here. Beating back the mixed groups there. CSA going down to engage. Did the flag make it out for Union? No, it did not. And CSA is capping the point. It's either 88th fell back or they got charged out, but 3rd Kentucky on there. 11th Mississippi on the stone wall, so
Check set.
any option works. It's not bad to cap for CSA here. Not bad at all. It's going to stop that clock. It's going to bring the Union out, and then you're going to getting a charge. And speaking of charges, looks like we missed LFL going in there.
Don't go too far. Let's not go too far.
Hold the ropes. Hold the ropes.
A couple more CSA groups pushing in right now.
Hold the ropes. Hold the ropes.
Hold him here.
Hold the ropes.
But Union, as I've always said, when the attacking team casts the point, you got to retake it quickly. Union has a great opportunity to regain a good chunk of tickets and keep that black timer moving, especially when they have appeared to have won a charge on the left. Obviously, the situation for Union's a bit iffy, but 88th pushing up.
Charge.
They're coming. Brace defense.
Hey, brace defense.
Safe
It's
behind.
kind of close here. Looking down, it looks like CS is going to win. Remember, this Union group charging, they don't have their flag, so obviously some brave Lugo over here picked it up, but
Keep up the fire into the corn. They are right there.
I mean, that's just not good for Union tickets. Granted, Union tickets don't really matter a whole lot because they're going to regain up to the amount that CSA have when they retake the point. They got to start moving. Maybe that's what we're seeing from A&V right now.
Face west, form a line behind the logs.
Never mind. It looks like they're just focusing on the woods. I don't get Union. Oh, I mean, Union, you could just start inching guys down the stone wall here and just put enough guys to cap. And it looks like they are. Is that capping?
6 New York to left.
There's no way the logs cap for Union. I mean, it could be the 6 New York guys here. Who knows? More CSA shifting to the left. 11th Mississippi. I don't know if 3rd Kentucky is going to follow. But it looks like CSA starting to inch their way down the corn line. Right as Union starts to push out to that stone wall.
Move down, second.
HD on me.
Oh, look at him turning their backs to us.
Charge him.
Well, let's get them, boys. Remember, stab and go. Stab and go.
So Union holding up on this stone wall a lot on both sides. As the CSA team is getting completely behind the whole Union team. I mean, this is just wild to see.
Get that flag up. Thank you.
Kind of surprised CSA's not going up into the corn right now.
Fucking outstanding, yo. Outstanding.
But tickets lost for CSA, not a bad thing, because that means Union can't regain as many tickets. Briefly looking over, Union's definitely outnumbering CSA if they charge in. Shifting back to this side, CSA kind of coming out of the woods, not a whole lot.
Six out, stopping the rocks. Six out, stopping the rocks.
But that tiny charge is distracting a lot of Union. It's allowing the CSA to start gaining some ground over here. Union retake, gaining a chunk of tickets, but
Just hold it, boys. Hold it.
CSA actually kind of getting beaten out back on this side. So
What are you guys doing? Finish him off, boys.
yeah, good. I mean, Union held. They retook the point in an adequate amount of time. I don't know why the CSA flag bearer is still up here. Yeah, I mean, that's so unnecessary. You had a lot of time to leave there, and oh my goodness, Roger's gonna try to, or Rogue is gonna try to save it. Cloud's chasing him down, and he's not gonna get it. So Rogue gets away. Another down CSA flag here, picked up. Well done. So CSA keeping those flags alive, and now CSA is actually getting further into the woods on the right side. These French Legion here.
On est à pointe là.
Ils sont pas nombreux devant, abattez-les.
Tu peux aller voir nos alliés, leur dire qu'on tient la position, ils peuvent venir nous renforcer.
On a nos alliés qui sont à notre gauche.
Tu m'as demandé à moi.
Ouais.
Rechargez bien la couverture, monsieur.
Derrière le rocher. Ils sont sud-est.
Independent fire.
And so we'll see how Union kind of responds to the situation because they wiped a good chunk of CSA. You could see them kind of, I mean, they could try to push out and retake some positions in the meantime. They gotta be conscious of their tickets, but it can be really hard to win the game if you don't secure your flanks. And we do have some Union pushing in the CSA here. They're talking kind of loud for what they're doing, and it looks like they're not trying to regain. It looks like they're just holding back here. As Union's trying to kind of secure their line here. A and V holding back on some logs. Good chunk of CSA actually forming up on this right now at the very edge of the map. What is that Union guy doing there?
Faites gaffe, les gars. Ça avance.
Fort Louisiana, form up to my right shoulder. Fort Louisiana, form up to my right shoulder.
Il y a un officier entre l'est et sud-est.
And so, about 20 minutes into the match right now, CSA's at a really good pace right now. Oh my, we missed this. Union trying to charge it out. Looks like they got a good chunk of more guys and are now moving in there. And it looks like Union's gonna dominantly retake that position, but some of CSA, 11th Mississippi anyways, fell back. Now they're pushing back up, but they are outnumbered. And they are starting to hold out. We'll see if Union pushes up. I mean, you got a good chunk of CSA moving up. Union inching their way to CSA. A and V going in here. Some of them are. 9th Corps, rest of CSA starting to get charged here by the rest of the Union side. So,
Hold, press T.
I mean, this charge was very spread out. This is not good for Union. Both sides actually going to go down to taking losses here. Shimmying back over to the other side of the map. Union does want to retake this side.
Here they come. Hold them off. There they are.
CSA first to go down to taking losses, but Union follows pretty quickly.
Hold it, boys. Hold it. Raise this fence.
And looks like CSA maybe got beaten back, whether it be they fall back, but 3rd Kentucky kind of holding on that point, but SR, 6th New York, and the 6th Alabama, they're kind of holding there, making sure it stays capped, which frankly, CSA, you got 20-some minutes to knock Union down one morale stage and to cap the point. You're in a great spot. CSA now starting to kind of push their way down after eventually prevailing on this side. I mean, reinforcements came in.
We got this.
Yeah, idiots, we demand your unconditional.
Them, they're still there. Keep firing.
And Union getting pushed back. So the thing is that Union's really split off into 2 groups right now. 3. You got this group in the woods. You have a group holding center. And you have the group pushing right. I mean, CSA is kind of mimicking that, but Union is holding it well. Or maybe not well, sorry. I mean, it's going okay. Like, they push back in the woods, and then they get beaten back over here. It's just kind of back and forth. If Union chooses to defend one side, they're going to get hit hard in the other side. It just is what it is. This is a hard map for Union. Server pop hasn't really grown a lot. Yeah, it's probably at its max now. So we'll see what CSA wants to do. It looks like they're in a much maybe better position to try to hit Union in the side.
We're moving.
Union, unlike last time, which were all kind of held up on the stone wall, they have guys in the woods kind of holding in the corn here. Some Union are heading back out to either the center point or going around the side. I don't necessarily know.
Get out of open ground.
Jesus Christ. Hop the snake fence. Hop the fucking snake fence. In the corn, into the corn.
Into the corn, boys.
CSA making their way into the. They're just playing it perfectly. I love it. HL's kind of going around the far side here. I mean, interesting. Kind of maybe getting ready to move down the middle. I don't necessarily know yet.
Yeah, like me. For one.
Jumps is a one-man army.
And so, I mean, at this point, really the only way the Union can probably win this game is if they get crazy ticket positive on charges or a shootout, which is very unlikely. Or if they turtle, because I mean, they can get really far back there. Union artillery has guns all the way back here, and they're really bad. But I mean, if Union can hold all the way back there, good for CSA to cap the point. Knock on the last stand. You love to hear that. LFL, 4th Georgia pushing up on this right side, getting up in personal here with ANV and 4th New Jersey.
Aim for their stomachs.
And all them munchies on his stomach, so you don't stop him munching.
And so these close and personal things, they're gonna great for the attackers. They're gonna bring everyone's tickets down a pretty reasonable pace. More CSA kind of pushing up on the right, 14th LA. And 14th and, 4th New Jersey, 1st US Sharps, A and V are just kind of getting pushed back here. That flag is down for an unusually long time, but CSA actually charging up the center as well. It's HL.
Step back from the wall. Stop stabbing. Step back from the wall and resume your fire.
And I don't know why you would try to win the point right now.
On the road, boys. They're on the road.
11th Mississippi now pushing up as well. Looks like CSA kind of abandoned that left side and now are going for a more direct approach. CSA cannot cap this point before Union hits taking losses. That would just not, that would just be a bad idea. But Union slowly losing that point. Some charges happening in the wood line as well. Union countercharging this.
Yeah. Die, officer. You missed.
Hey, Johnny Red.
And the charge pretty even. But great for CSA because that's bringing everybody's tickets down at a substantial rate. And this engagement on point might get Union down to breaking. It's going to be tight, though. I mean, Union should just kind of hold back and let the CSA cap. And CSA's got to charge here or get off point.
Fire, boys. Load, shoot. Come on.
Are they just gonna?
6, we're getting
Are they really just gonna? CSA. I hate this.
Give them out, boys. Give them out.
Get that flag bearer.
Regardless, I mean, if CSA holds for 7 minutes, they'll win.
Take it down, boys. Take it down.
CSA is not. No, still, CSA is in a great spot. They're still probably gonna win this game. It's just. I mean, if they would have waited like another minute and a half, maybe they could have capped once Union at breaking. But regardless, both sides will be at breaking at the end of this counterattack, that's for sure. Either CSA is going to hold it for now 6 minutes roughly and win, or if Union retakes, they'll just recap the point. Because, I mean, just holding the stone wall, it's just kind of hard to. Just because CSA can kind of pop out of the woods in decent cover and just slam into you from directly on the side of the stone wall this way, which it's just hard to hold a wall like that. So Union starting to pour out of the wood line right now.
Fire and go, fire and go, fire and go.
Looks like they're charging in here. Whether to be a retake this point or push Union in the last, or CSA in the last stand, there they go. CSA hits breaking.
Get off the wall!
Union should fall momentarily to breaking.
Right to the wall.
Hold the ground, hold the ground, hold.
Union, more Union starting to push down.
I'm so sorry.
Keep fighting, boys.
And there they go. They hit breaking. Union is retaking this point right now.
Stand here.
And through a lot of the smoke and everything, it's a Union victory so far. You do have CSA starting to reform. They have all their flags. Do they only have 3 flags? Yeah, they. Oh no, they got 4 flags. Never mind.
All right, yeah, you charge by yourself, brother. You're all by yourself.
And so if I were CSA, let the Union retake the point, gather up your forces in the meantime, and then slam into the point. That's victory is at hand. And you do have some groups for CSA starting to move up to the point of contention. Oh, Union actually kind of charging out into the woods right now. See a 20th Georgia tag there. It's not a bad idea. You know you've wiped part of the CSA. You might as well push in, try to wipe the rest of them so they can't reform. But CSA is down on tickets right now, so Union's not going to regain any tickets just because they have more tickets overall. How are these 2 guys alive? 3. I mean, there's Holy Kite too.
Stab them. Do not let them cross. Get that fucking man over here. There you
And
go,
so
boy.
Union retake the point, and whenever the CSA feels ready, they can just charge up the middle of the stone wall, and whatever side the Union hits them, they can hit on the other side. I don't like holding out here, because at this point in the game, the stone wall is the most important thing. Maybe what Union's planning is if CSA just runs up the middle, they'll pinch in from the right and the left. That could very well be a possibility. So 4th Georgia's really kind of acting on their own right now. 4th New Jersey's kind of being a little aggressive here with them. 4th Georgia doesn't really have a flag either.
Shoot him down, lads. Shoot him down.
Line to my right, lads.
CSA up and getting organized right now. A lot of Union kind of pushing on this wood side right now. You got Serpent's Brigade up here as well.
Hit them flags. Hit them flags. Left oblique, easy shots.
Start yawning in their faces. It's just too easy to kill these young.
So easy. So easy. So easy.
Put him down. Put him down.
Left.
Left? What's going on to our left?
So, I mean, any second, CSA up. There they go. Speaking of any second. LFL leading the way.
Attention drapeau, attention drapeau. Halte ici, fais volonté, halte sur l'étoile, fais volonté.
Kind of zooming out. LFL's really the only group to go up there right now. You have some CSA shooting at the Union, holding on the center point. More reinforcements. HL starting to push up towards them right now.
On the line.
Take aim!
Take aim.
And Union actually did charge LFL out there.
Double fire column, we don't have form, double fire column.
Stand and load.
Right,
Hold
right
your position
face.
and reload.
Right face, double quick forward, charge.
And second US Cav, LFL, kind of some guys still there. HD pushing up 14th LA, pushing up Union, trying to get ahead of this some way. A and V's trying to hit on the side. Maybe Union, instead of going directly in, is trying to go around their side. CSA kind of getting some last second reinforcements. 11th Mississippi swarming in here. 4th New Jersey from Union's pouring in though. Both sides slamming into each other. And it's just kind of a draw out there right now. Union falling back off the center point. Some holding, some charging. 3rd Kentucky's charging the point. Union kind of holding and shooting in the center. And CSA's kind of winning this outright.
That's right, Kentucky's here, baby!
And, well, CSA don't win that. They wipe the Union. CSA actually winning in the woods. Instead of Union kind of outflanking, CSA's about to collapse. Union's going to hit last stand here.
Fall back to the star.
On the star.
11th,
That
11th would pick up the stay with your star.
Quick load. Grab quick reload.
Mistake or a bit of help.
Keep firing, second. Keep firing.
And, I mean, you have Union respawns pushing in. I don't know if it's going to be enough. And I think this should be the end of the first round. Union charging, trying to wipe them, but it unfortunately is not going to work.
You see those blue coats up there, independent fire?
Now I can shoot.
Straight up the road, boys.
Careful, there are friendlies up there too.
Killed Eddie?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so, I mean, this was a very generic Reno's round, just really well played from CSA. You kind of hit on Unions both sides, eventually broke through one, caused kind of a ripple effect where you could start just pushing. I mean, CSA just played it well. Very well. I mean, I think the biggest thing, Union turtling, I think just has to be a method on some of these maps, especially when you're down a good chunk of tickets, or rather, you want to force the attacking team to cap. I think Union's got to turtle, especially in the middle of the round when it's taking losses. Sure, CSA did cap, and it went well for CSA anyways, but Reno's is just a very hard map for Union, and the biggest thing was CSA just kind of bullied their way and did whatever they want. You can't really let them do that, but granted, it's still a hard map. But anyways, we will see you all for Colquitt's defense for round number 2. Alrighty, here we are with round number 2. Numbers are down to 290. There was some balancing that occurred, but it looks like Union has no artillery and CSA has 9. So numbers-wise, Union up by roughly 10 infantrymen. I don't think I've seen Union not take artillery off this map in a long time. This is fascinating. Normally, where are their guns at? Yeah, they're right here. I mean, it's a very nice view of the map, but obviously, I mean, you have some view up here. If CSA infantry does hold up here, but a lot of the fighting occurs in the woods where CSA can't really be hit by artillery, similar to Union from CSA artillery. So generally how the map goes is Union pushes left, hits into the woods, comes up the side, and they have free reign to the point. But it looks like Union is deciding to go right this time, and we'll see how that goes. Remember, no bayonets and sprinting until that 30-minute mark. And the CSA is, this is the thing with these big maps, is that the attackers can kind of go anywhere they want. As a defender, you got to kind of plug every possible hole the attackers can go. So, I mean, you got like HG, HL, 2nd US Cav, 7th Cav upholding up on top of the hill, defending the artillery. And you do have a lot of CSA down here. You got LFL, 14th Louisiana, see some HDHL guys, and 11th Mississippi over here, so 3rd Kentucky there as well. And I mean, that's the thing, right? The whole Union team is swinging that side, and these guys are going to be out of action. That's like 20, 30 guys right there. So, if I'm Union,
Hey, we can't stop. We gotta capture the hill.
Whoever said that, praise you.
We gotta keep going.
Canada's preaching truth. Because the thing is, right, is CSA is very spread out, and it's going to take them a minute to kind of respond to what you're doing. And so you have to go in now, take advantage of when you're up by numbers, and win the day. Colquitt's can be a very hard map for the attacking team. That volley killed nobody. And that's the thing, right? Even though they can't sprint and use bayonets, if they get up to the line, melees are basically the same, because instead of 2 stabs to kill someone, which is what you get with the bayonet, it's 3. And you can kind of see the amount of hits they're taking. Obviously, you get a little extra time to reload and shoot again when someone's double clicking versus sprinting. But Union's starting to get there. It's easy out of bounds.
Brace! Melee mode! Melee mode!
Second cav, left face into melee. Second cav, left face into melee.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Jesus Christ, y'all.
I mean, looking over here, I mean, CSA still holding, but now Union's actually starting to get into the CSA line.
Those flags on the hill.
Come on, charge left, down left, down left. Come on.
And in the end, the Union is going to prevail. And now the interesting thing, right, they don't have a Steam chat in this event, so I'm intrigued to see what the other CSA groups will do, or what the Union will do. I mean, Union has all their flags still, they have a sizable force. LFL is starting to push up the hill a little bit.
Allez, à gauche, à droite, vous avez le choix. Attention, t'as des
And I mean, Union has a great chance. They could send some guys up the hill and have a great chance at just getting a couple out of line tickets here. Just the slow drain. So artillery will kind of put some pressure on here. CSA looks like they have 2 down flags right now. Look at that. 13th and Serpent's Brigade pushing up right now the hill.
We're going with the 13th. Wait, what are you doing? Let's go. We're going uphill. Let's go. We have the momentum.
Looks like they're going to go up and do exactly that. Looking on the other side here, appears CSA is not really trying to retake it. They take a lot of tickets trying to do so.
And he missed. Yeah, horribly bad.
Oh, you fucked up, boy.
It was the worst shot.
Oh, yep. Get that
Worst
officer.
shot
Get
in
the
the game.
Independent fire, guys.
And yeah, Union just sweeping. CSA respawns, pushing up the hill right now.
What?
Loads on the line.
They're just kind of holding in a defilade right now. We'll see if Union posts up on the snake fence. I don't know how close to out of bounds it is. I'm pretty sure they can go there. And we have some movement up the hillside. LFL's trying to push up here. Maybe get those flags back in. I mean, those flags being dropped for CSA are going to be huge.
I am coming to you then.
But it looks like CSA is going to try to push up this hill. Union holding in the caissons for cover.
What's the plan is now?
As this is probably
Next queso, come on, sprint.
one of the first times I'm going to see a major engagement on the top of this hill here. Almost 10 minutes through the round right now.
Advance quickly, come on.
And this is all but great for Union. Yeah, more Union starting to shift over
I am your commandant.
to engage the CSA more point blank. You have CSA start to move up as well because they saw LFL kind of hold up there.
Hey, what's up, Yankee Doodle?
3rd Kentucky's up here, 14th LA.
Keep that flag. Make sure you aim for the kneecap, boys.
Union retreat! Union retreat!
Union, fall back!
Fall back, Union!
And Union actually just getting overwhelmed up top. They're just a lot less shots. Some of them just really holding back kind of in this
We got the
defilade,
high ground, Anakin.
using some rocks. And cover more Union groups starting to move up.
Hey, they're charging those rocks.
88th New York pushing up.
Yeah. No bayonets, gentlemen.
And even though Union's down on tickets, it's not really the worst thing in the world.
Ah, ich habe ihn nicht.
Muss tiefer ziehen.
Hey,
So we'll see what happens here. You do have some Union respawns. I mean, that'd be funny if Union got some artillery guys up here and they took over their guns and started using them.
They're all in that bush right there.
Definitely haven't seen that before.
All southeast, you see the flag, they're all around there.
Ooh, LFL looks like they're trying to push for it. Interesting though is LFL, they've got all 4 flags in one spot. So a lot of the CSA guys who are dying up here, some are spawning at main, but probably a couple are spawning on those flags. So I mean, if Union just holds up here, they'll win. But CSA is starting to kind of push forward here, starting to get into those caissons, use it as cover. Look how many guys are just bunched up behind these caissons. This is humorous.
We're joking. One on the right side. Let's go to the gun on the right. Head to the right gun, 7th cap.
Sorry, dear.
Fire!
This is a fascinating round of Nico. I mean, still no CSA flags. Look at the artillerymen for CSA. They're just waiting for their guns. Just not doing anything. And CSA now actually appears to be down on tickets. You do have some movement here from CSA. Looks like they're gonna try to either hold up here, push up the snake fence.
Second cab to me.
Let rip, let rip.
Follow Eddie, follow Eddie. Keep going, follow Eddie. Up and over the wall, up and over the wall.
Straight ahead, over there. Up the
Go
hill.
to Mississippi, take a couple of steps back of the stone wall, say they don't see...
Left mass, take a couple steps back from the stone wall.
And you do have some CSA with the flag moving up there on the left. This is really fascinating. It's almost like we're watching a whole new skirmish map.
Over here.
Union sending, I mean, they're just keeping a couple guys over on these caissons, just continually dealing some pressure.
Ceasefire. We advance when we are ready.
And they're almost 15 minutes through the round. Both sides almost go down to their next morale stage.
They have
vacated the caissons in front of us, Major.
No orders. No orders.
Run
to the next case. Run.
At the one.
There we go. Now.
That's a very quick advance. That's a very quick advance.
And you do have CSA kind of holding down the defilade. So CSA is really just trying to surround them, but it's going to be hard for CSA to push the Union out. Obviously, it can just be hard to kind of push everyone out together when they can't really communicate a good time to go in. And if they do want to communicate that time, it's going to take a couple minutes to get ready. So regardless, it's hurting CSA. The only way you're really going to force the Union out here is falling back into the woods. But granted, you kind of give up a good chunk of the map. But regardless, Union has put themselves in a good spot.
Shalom.
I mean, imagine if Union had some artillery. I mean, this was probably one of the better times Union artillery could have on this map, just with CSA being in the spot that they are.
We have enough.
So, more CSA. It looks like they're kind of giving up on this bottom side, continually shifting more and more men up here.
Second, get up to the front. Independent fire.
Trying to push Union off, but I mean, with these quick flag respawns, when you're spawning a guy back in every 5 seconds, it's just, it's going to be very hard to efficiently push somebody out unless you charge. Very hard.
Bayonets! Fix bayonets!
Target the flags.
Oh yeah, so they can bayonet the sprint. Maybe we'll see CSA go now. Maybe Union will charge.
Independent fire second.
Hamptons. Fix bayonets.
You go a little bit too late, Chief.
Yeah, some people haven't done it yet.
Maybe that's why you don't have a fireable. Okay, cool.
We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I mean, this is pretty much in Union favor. You can see that ticket gap. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. If we look at the glorious sheet on a Discord showing the ticket imbalance for the map, you won't be able to see. But Colquitt's defense is a 26% advantage towards the attackers, so it's just a heck of a thing. Union has a lot more tickets, and in firefights it's generally 1-to-1 trade, and when I say 1-to-1, it's not like in terms of tickets, but in terms of people dying. And obviously when you're up by 26% more tickets, it's going to be really damaging toward defenders. You do have 13 starting to push down here. 3rd Kentucky trying to charge them out.
Hey, come here, boy. Let me get your fucking shoes.
And Union did go down to engaged. Some Union falling back that were holding there. CSA kind of giving up on this left side. A and V pushing up here. Good chunk of kills from them right there. And CSA very bunched up on that rock. So
You ready to volley?
we'll see when Union wants to go in. CSA is starting to hold a little further and further back. Again, just wanting to avoid the ticket loss.
Alright, you can see that right foot is out. See that right foot is over the top of A, B. Ready, A.
And you do have some Union pushing a little ways down the rocks. CSA kind of retaking these rocks here as a good volley from the 4th Georgia there. CSA halfway through engage. Ticket imbalance is about a half a stage right now. Which, this is just playing out domination from Union. And Union's not going to leave that top position until CSA hits breaking. At least that. They might just stay up there until they hit last stand. It's really going to depend on the clock.
I think we should have pushed the fuck up there.
I mean, the Union played this really smart. They jumped the CSA side, and they took the top. And the thing is, CSA has to kind of defend the whole span of the map, right? Oh, well, I'll explain this in a second. But 20th Georgia, looks like they're trying to charge out some HL guys here. And even though HL and HD is going to hold this, I mean, these are just tickets that the CSA is losing.
Leave my cousin Jumbo alone. No, you get my cousin.
Let's go.
There ain't enough of you.
So, as I was saying, because the thing is, right, if CSA stacks up completely over here, if Union sees that, they just push up through the woods. And then if Union holds the woods, that's also really bad for CSA. So, CSA just kind of didn't react quick enough. I mean, the thing is you can see if Union's going to go down this hill or way off to the far side. And everyone knows you start at the 42-minute mark. So, if you're over here for CSA, I do think you got to mimic Union, especially when it comes to that road. Especially if they're pushing up this side, so.
On this half wall, 7 calf. Form left to my right.
Let's not lose the stone wall. It's a good position.
Keep shooting, keep shooting.
So, I mean, Union's not going to budge. This is what the round is going to be. We're really not going to see things pick up until CSA gets to low taking losses breaking. Because why would Union move out of this position? One Union guy down here. Oh. Something killed him. He got killed. Oh, what is this, CSA? LFL's charging in here. They're throwing away tickets there. If you got to charge in, you have to do it as a team. I appreciate the idea. I really do. Because right now, CSA is fighting a losing battle. You got to try something else. And I like what LFL did. It's just you got to charge in with your whole team. And that can be a hard thing to communicate. So.
We're being hit, guys. We're being hit. You see it, guys.
Left line. Sprint up,
Union really shifting their attention back down to the south. Or sorry. Yeah, it is the south. And they're keeping 4th New Jersey just having a fun time over here, just killing these CSA artillery guys. And I mean, these tickets are just going to be a ticket green. I don't know why these guys are still on artillery. Like, imagine choosing artillery and then just sitting here waiting for your guns to get back. Could spend 20 some minutes and they haven't left. They're not going to leave. They should switch to infantry. Looks like some CSA starting to pull back a little further. And starting to hold up on the wood line. Because you're fighting a losing battle, you gotta do something else. Some Unions starting to move down. A and V, 6 Alabama is.
And then start shooting them.
On the wall.
Oh, everything down there is enemy. And kneel.
And that's the thing, you can kind of see it from the vantage point up here, but like, that's far enough. The guys are tiny enough as is when you can see them. But look into the woods. You got a lot of CSA guys there, but you just can't see them because of the shade.
Finally realized.
So more Unions starting to push down here. I mean, might as well keep 4th New Jersey, these first USS guys up here.
I mean, it's not very fun when you get.
I mean, don't die. Let's join the infantry and grab a flag or something.
Yeah,
I mean, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, just go join like and then die when you die in the infantry.
Looks like they're finally changing to go over to infantry.
I can't hear you.
I didn't know what he said there. Yeah, 2 of the artillery guys still want to play artillery. But Confederates are a little spread out right now. Union may be taking advantage. 6 Alabama's charging down. 2nd U.S. Cav just falling back right away.
Hold on the rock.
Dang, you already died tired.
20th Georgia moving down as well. Serpents Brigade there as well. SR. And we'll see. Point of contention, if you don't know, it says it's over there, but similar to the mass map, it's also capturable along this stone wall here. This stone wall here, you can capture it on this right side, but not the left side, so it's a weird point of contention. You do have more Unions starting to move down the hill. 13th Georgia going around this left side here. Some CSA starting to push a little forward again up in these rocks, maybe getting some flanking shots down the hill at Union. 11th Mississippi going there.
Direction, sir. Northeast. They're moving east.
More Unions shifting down the hillside right now. And it looks like one of those artillery guys finally died out of line. And any second now, CSA is going to go down to taking losses. I mean, look at this ticket gap. It's now like 2/3 of a morale stage.
Fire! Back to load. Rear cobblestone. Rear half.
You do have some Union. I think it's the 13th. They really went far forward here. They don't have a flag, so once they die, they'll respawn back with their flag, which is that one right there. I'm pretty sure. So more CSA inching forward. Maybe they're just running up, shooting, and falling back. What it looks like what's going on here. So
Oh, we got slaughtered here.
and so we'll see where Union wants to go. I mean, it's an inevitability. CSA falling back. I like that they're adapting to the situation. And now it's Union's turn to kind of respond. Capping a point is a question mark. You don't necessarily need to do it yet, but I mean, Union does have some chance. They could kind of push down this road, hold up the rocks here. I don't know how far Union can go down this road here, but you do have 11th Mississippi kind of going down that road.
We're going to snake fence.
Maybe trying to go back up and hit the Union from behind. Who knows? You do have some. Why are we going all the way down here? 6 Alabama. I don't know if they're going around to just harass, but when you have the high ground as Union like this, you don't want to go down to the low ground. You're just giving that CSA the ground you got at the beginning of the game so quickly. So there you go. CSA hits taking losses. And the thing is, too, if Union caps the point, they're going to regain about a half morale stage of tickets. And I don't know if you want that as Union, especially with 18 minutes left on the clock.
Right side is not in balance.
Company A.
White company A. South-southwest.
On joue, messieurs.
Whoa, dude.
Oh, they only got the flag.
Oh!
So Union taking up those rocks. Love it.
There you go, boys. There you
11
go.
Mississippi
There you
kind of
go.
using a little defilade to their advantage. More Union pushing into those rocks here.
Some Yankees again.
And 6 Alabama's holding on that side. I don't think that's capping. Yeah, it's not capping.
Take it down.
Go, 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 go.
Take it down. Wait for it. That's it. That's it, boys.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
North on defense.
there's like 6 guys who just shot.
Yeah, trapped in here.
And so the Union team outside of one group has taken their chance to leave the hill, get closer to the CSA, start engaging them there. Numbers are right now 11 in favor of Union. CSA still has 5 guys on artillery, so now it's like a 15-man imbalance, and then guys are just leaving, or they're just bouncing over the right side, regardless of all of that. 6 Alabama appears to be wiped on the bottom.
Take your time to aim.
Back and load. Keep reloading and shooting. Pop out, take a shot, come back. How about now?
I mean, this is going to be a close game because it's going to take 8, 9, 10 minutes for the CSA to be knocked down the breaking if they continue shooting.
Continue firing. Continue firing. Let's see what unit this is.
Taking your fire and trying to use the cover.
What's going
Yes.
on? Top of hill. Alright, still going on.
Not much. Not much
Is
at
there
all.
any other units up there? For any units? Or is that it?
No, we need to go towards the left here, boys. Right here, right here.
Roger that.
Near,
No,
not,
And so, we shall see. Some of those guys, is this, I wonder if 6 Alabama was told to respawn at Maine. Yep. Looks like they're just doing a little trolling around the far side. I mean, Union could try to charge. That's just similar to the CSA situation. It's just going to be hard for the USA to organize a grand charge with your whole team, especially when you're spread out as they are. It looks like there was just a server message for SR to switch to CSA. Because, I mean, it looks like they're still trying to fix the balance even though there's 15 minutes left. I mean, that's not really going to... It's going to make it within, like, 6, which is more reasonable, but... That'd be a heck of a thing to balance with only 15 minutes left on the round.
retreat.
Let's
Break
go
reload
off.
2C. Let's go.
Off and up, 4 second block.
So, Union's fall back. So,
Go, boys. Go,
Union's
go,
really going to have to charge if they want to hit the CSA into breaking last stand before this clock gets too close to panic time. And we'll see if and when they do that. Some Union falling back, feeling they're taking a lot of hit. And a lot of CSA are just surrounding these rocks, and it's probably taking a lot of fire from the CSA side.
Not a good place, yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. There's not really a whole lot to talk about. I mean, let's see. 6 Alabama's still kind of harassing behind the side. It's CSA sending a similar, if not more, size. I mean, you have the second U.S. Cav, HD kind of engaging with them. Like neither of them have a flag, so I do kind of wonder though. So the cool part about War of Rights is this is all one big map pack, so that's why the maps go so far, because it's just one big old map pack. It's not like Colquitt's Defense is one map and we spawn in with that. Union Cap? Oh. Not good, not bad. I mean, CSA is going to gain a little bit of tickets here, but looks like 6 Alabama did it.
Have the fleet and volley rules, boys. Hold your fire. Hey, Buffets, have the
6 Alabama catching these CSA guys completely off guard here.
Brace, boys, brace.
I don't think it registered that those were Union guys.
Second cap, right face, push the point. Seconds the point.
But this is going to force CSA to move out of their positions. If Union can move down in the stone wall and hold it here, it'd be great. One thing I did want to say, though, is I wonder where, like, Garland's stand is in relation to all of this. Like, is it right there in front of me? It looks like it. Anyways. Oh, I went really far up in the sky. Anyways. Union's starting to shift over because CSA's, some of them holding on the bottom side of the hill, which is a really bad spot. Union just needs to hold right up here, especially when CSA is going to charge across the open like this. Not very smart from CSA, but Union's not playing much better. HL, I like their approach. You got to go down the road side here and take the road. Or hold on this side. It looks like Union's going to try to hold this position, as it is just chaos up here. Union is holding ground on the top of this point here. You do have some CSA trying to retake the top hill, or at least hold up in the artillery. 3rd Kentucky, 11th Mississippi, I see. Or at least 3rd Kentucky tags are there. 7th Cav kind of pushing up here. CSA plan trying to push the Union out, but I mean, it's just going to be a hard spot to push. Union falling up the hill, trying to make sure they don't get completely surrounded right now, because 11th Mississippi and 3rd Kentucky up there definitely risking that.
They're coming through the loop on the road.
And it's kind of a law. The thing is, though, is if CSA kind of lets this go on for a while, Union can get all these spawns back in and be a formidable force. Surprised 11th Mississippi isn't trying to flank around. But despite what we're seeing right now, if CSA pushes Union out here and kind of retakes the whole land of this map, it could be very iffy for Union, especially because even tickets going at this point of the game, if you have all the nice ground, it's going to be hard for Union to push through.
We gotta pull back.
Get on point. Get on fucking point.
So, oh, am I lagging here? Looks like I'm lagging. I might get kicked back to the main menu. Oh, we came back? Well, it looks like my Wi-Fi shot out. I'll be back in a moment, hopefully. All right, we're back in the game. Looks like it got booted out. I got booted out for a brief second, so unfortunately the end screen debrief is not going to show the proper numbers, but looks like CSA retook the point. Union falling back off of this position, just trying to ensure that they still hold the high ground despite everything else. And it looks like Union's got one, two... I see two flags up here. See one more here. There's probably a fourth one somewhere. I'm just not seeing it because there's no down flag markers on my end. But CSA looks like they tried to push back up 11th Mississippi. Just trying to
stay here. Don't
push the Union out of this top area because that's going to be the big thing for them. Union is, I mean, these 6 Alabama guy, actually it's Serpent's Brigade now.
You're under
Some CSA 2nd US Cav HG moving down to try to engage with them, keep them off. But I mean, if Union just slowly keeps this point pre-capped, because it's kind of getting to a point where CSA could hit breaking. If Union pre-caps and they could just win the game right away. 20 Georgia ran forward, now running back.
That was a beautiful idea, sir. That was a beautiful idea. Absolutely, sir. Sexy, sir. Keep shooting, boys. Keep shooting.
20 Georgia giving all the praises to Canada for that maneuver. 4th Georgia kind of running back, but you do have Union holding in the center A and V here. Starting to push up to the top of the hill to kind of flank the CSA guys. This is one of the, got one of the Union flags. CSA is almost going to hit breaking here though. And CSA is not on point. Oh, CSA is going to get caught off guard here.
Beautiful.
There they are, there they are.
Get into him, get into him.
Great shots here for A and V. Union needs to be on that point pre-capping right now. Because unlike last round, CSA is a lot closer to breaking. You only need to send a couple of guys on the point to pre-cap, but I mean, if you pre-cap, it would force the CSA to come out, so it's definitely forcing CSA to come out a little sooner. And if they don't push out, then you get a free chance to really cap and maybe win that game pretty quickly. So looks like they're not going to pre-cap though.
Hey boys, you got a half stone wall here you can use for protection. Or
Yeah, pull back a few steps. Make sure you're in cover. Pull back a few steps.
So 7.5 minutes left. I mean, Union's still in a great spot. The time is a bit concerning, just because they got to cap the point when CSA's at breaking. They might go to final push last stand because the charging is definitely going to increase as we get to the end of the game where both teams are fighting over the point. So it's like 6 New York is starting to make their way down the hill right now. Some Unions still up there trying to hold a lot of Unions still up here, but a good chunk starting to make their way down. The UEC regiment's kind of holding there on the rocks.
Aye, aye. Captain, I can hear you.
And more Union team starting to move down. It looks like nearly everybody from the Union is starting to move down.
Keep shooting, man. Keep shooting.
Hey, break it up on the rocks.
Break it up on the rocks and fire.
CSA shifting on the point. They're about to hit breaking. They got to hold their guys on there. And here it goes. This is fascinating. I don't think I've seen Union try to take the point in this spot. Union's going to have a little of an advantage just with that high ground. If they get up on the stone wall and hold, it'll be great for them. CSA not trying to push down the side of the hill. They're just holding on this little defilade here.
Hold this line, hold this line.
This is a heck of a thing. Usually, if anything, this would be the inverse. A lot of shots going off. Union hitting down to breaking. A couple of Union guys hopping up and over on the left side right now. Honestly, though, even though what I said a moment ago is Union having the advantage, CSA kind of has a little bit of a depth lane. If they run up, they can shoot anywhere on that fence line. And also, I love this move. CSA collapsing in. And they are going to sweep through the Union team here.
Gentlemen, we are not taking prisoners today.
I got bad news for you.
And the flag bearers are all going to be lost. Wow. Union can have this dominant of a game, but it might not even mean anything in the end. Union's got one more organized charge in them. CSA's probably going to hold this because, I mean, CSA now has, again, the whole field to kind of set up how they want. This is perfect for them.
HL to the bugle. Bugle call.
On est 4, ça va.
J'essaye, on sait jamais s'il y en a d'autres.
And we'll see where Union goes for this assault. I mean, if they go up this side, they're not going to win that. That's for sure. You never win that. So maybe down the road's their best bet. But they got one chance at this.
Quickly, guys. Farm.
I mean, if we look at the balance again, looks like the balance is now fixed. CSA now up by 2 guys. But they have 7 on artillery. So it's a 5-man imbalance. Not really a whole lot. So let's see what CSA's doing here. They're starting to spread out a little bit. You have
Triple.
4th Georgia 2nd U.S. Cav charging down the hill. They want to wipe the few guys that are down here, it looks like.
It is a weird one, isn't it?
Union just got wiped. Union just got wiped.
Second up and over with me. Come on.
Come here, Union. I'm gonna make you.
Come over here, boys.
Come
over here.
Jason boys.
Fourth, break left on the fence.
And so other than them charging down, you got a lot of CSA holding in the woods using that cover. Good spot. You got a couple CSA still holding on point, and then 1 regiment holding on this left side, HL. So CSA kind of spreading out again. CSA are actually catching up to those guys. Down in the bottom, looks like Union's kind of going straight for the point. 3 minutes left on that clock. And the thing is, Union's not going to have flags either. So, I mean, this round is pretty much over. Unless a miracle happens, but it's going to be a heck of a thing. I mean, you got some Union kind of charging directly at the point, some going more over top. CSA starting to move out of the woods. I mean, again, every Union guy they kill here ain't coming back. Because they just don't have their flags. They're going to respawn at main. It's just...
Yeah, that's right. You're dead, Yankee.
But this is the only thing Union can do.
Come here, Yankee Doodle!
Some charges starting to occur here. CSA maybe losing a little, but more reinforcements slamming down. And CSA should hold this.
Right side, right side,
Pick up those flags.
And 1 CSA flag is down right there. Union might have final push, but that's not really going to change anything. At this point, Union is at final push. They have infinite tickets. That timer's not going down. Union, some group actually breaking through, pushing up to the top of the hill. You do have some Union going down the right, but they're not really in this. Holy crap, they got 1 flag up. I mean, this is the only chance Union has. A lot of CSA sitting down here. They need to move up and make sure Union doesn't have any shot. Because this Union group is just a mix of everybody is sweeping through. 3 flags are up. And CSA hold. It's a big thing that the 13th didn't go in there. Because Union might have been there for, I don't know, 15 more seconds.
Recover.
I'm here to negotiate, CSA. I'm very sorry that we tried to fight you.
But here come the rest of Union. Respawns from main. Pushing in. Charging in, but it ain't going to do a whole lot. You have some guys just kind of enjoying the last moment. 6 Alabama just quick timing through here.
We do not have this. It was a good try, though.
It was a good try. It was a heck of a thing. Oh yeah, CSA counter charging us. Yeah, this was just, I mean, Union played this pretty well. It's just the pace was way too slow. And that's the biggest killer for Union. Like, if Union could shoot out all day, they probably would have won the day. But unfortunately, you don't have all the time in the world. So CSA did what they needed to do. They realized the situation. They were taking too many tickets lost, so they backed off for a little bit and forced the Union to come at them eventually, just because tickets were not being dealt quickly enough. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon where we live stream all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover with no commentary and UI. But besides all of that, I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you in the next one.